Over the last 18 months, Skycade has seen a massive decline in players and community engagement. But before we get into that, please make sure you subscribe to the channel. We are nearing closer and closer to 650 subscribers, so all the support would be absolutely wonderful. Thank you and enjoy the video. The Skycade server used to be super popular and sometimes having over 500 players on the network at one time. And this was even just last year at around February, March. I used to actually have a faction series that I did a few episodes on with roughly over 300 to 400 people online. The server had gained major popularity when a famous YouTuber named JackSucksAtLife made regular videos on the server, mostly being hacker catching and trolling, which gained him thousands of subscribers and a brand new audience, as well as a major boost for the community and the interaction of Skycade. The server has also been really popular amongst the factions community, getting hundreds of players. The server used to have a range of game modes, and they now have, I'm pretty sure, just a few. They have SMP, Factions, Kit PvP, Skyblock, Creative, and Cannoning. The most popular game mode obviously used to be Factions, and then Kit PvP also being super popular, but then what's the point in having a Kit PvP server when your average player count is like, as you can currently see, 4. And that's with me recording a video and this AFK kid in the hub. SMP also used to be super popular, having a lot of players and a really diverse community, but again, has unfortunately died to 0 players. And then there's Skyblock. Skyblock used to be super active, almost as active as Factions, gaining hundreds of players regularly. As I mentioned before, the server's average player count is roughly 4, and I've seen it sometimes dip as low to 2, which is quite unfortunate since this is such an amazing server. And some of the many reasons for this could be staff not being as active, even if they're not like doing stuff like moderating, even just having them online and interacting with the community can always help and bring out the better in the staff team, as well as community interactions. As well as not having many active content creators that want to actively make content on this server. The staff on the Skycade network have had a bit of a interesting history. A lot of the staff have had a history of being unprofessional, inactive. For example, one of their staff members had been active for about 8 months, with no talking in the Discord, not a single punishment, and not even logged into the server in about 8 months. Something else which has caused a lot of issues is management. Most particularly managers and developers not listening to players, not taking in ideas, not taking in what they could be doing better to help the server. Now, I have a lot of respect for the management and dev team, especially iSpace. She was management for a lot of 2020 after Alex left after a big controversy. Space did a pretty good job at managing the staff team, as well as having help from Taeon and Ricky. They all did a great job. Taeon has been like in and out of the staff team quite a lot. I don't think he's currently working with Skycade, but he was a few months ago. Something else that's really like good of Skycade is they take on everyone's shit and they just keep going on through. Like they haven't, like, especially with the development team and the management team, they just take it and go on through. They don't lash out at people. They just take it and try to improve, which is absolutely great in a server. I've also been told, now I'm not 100% sure if this is true, but I've also been told that a lot of the devs just didn't really want to work on this new faction season. It's been in development for a few months now, and as I'm aware at the time of writing this, not much had been done. Something else that caused a lot of backlash in the community was the forums, store, and hub redesign, which so many people just absolutely hated. Now, this is the current hub, which honestly, I'm not a big fan of. I don't particularly like it. I've seen some better hubs. The previous hub that they used was beautiful. I loved it. Something that was really hated though would have definitely been the forums change. When they redesigned the forums, and everyone just absolutely bloody hated it. There was so much backlash and so many threads about it saying, basically, is Skycade going to die now because of the forums? So many people hated the new forums. Luckily, they still have the old forums theme available, and as you can currently see on screen, I currently use it. I will also put up a comparison on screen displaying the differences between the two, with this one being the old one and this one being the new one. So, do I personally think the server can recover from this current downfall? Honestly, yes, I think it can, but it would need a lot of work. What I've especially noticed recently is that they had lowered media rank requirements from 10,000 subscribers down to 1,000, which is cool because I'm close to that, as well as doing a lot of other things by trying to get a following, like starting or more promptly promoting their TikTok, as you can see in their MOTD, as well as just reaching out to people, seeing if they're willing to make videos on the server, which I haven't seen much of. I know they a few months ago, they spoke to a content creator called Tubbs. I think he did a few things on the server, but I don't think that really helped out much. But Tubbs is a great person, and I think he also really thinks the toxic community is a big issue on Skycade, and I will agree. The toxicity, especially amongst the factions community, is massive. So it would need a lot of work for the server to come back in a way, but I think it personally would. Some of the changes I would propose are getting more active staff. Yes, as I mentioned before, the player count is low, and yes, I know not having staff on and no players is kind of, I wouldn't say a great thing, but like at least having some active staff that are shown to be dedicated to the server and can see that they're wanting the server to change and wanting it to improve is always a good thing. Even if they aren't in Vanish, and they're just playing, like, if they're playing, for example, SMP, they could just be doing something on SMP. It's just the display that there's someone there, someone that cares. Because this server is amazing. It has so many things that's good about it, and so many ways it could be improved. And I just think Skycade are a bit lacking, if that makes sense. And I've also seen that work on quite a few servers where staff aren't in Vanish all the time, or actually more interacting more. I've seen it work on a lot of other servers. I've even seen it work on mine, where some of my staff prefer to not be in Vanish. They like talking to people. They like playing, helping people. They like doing that. It's not, because being a staff member isn't all just about catching hackers and finding rule breaks. It's about interacting with the community in a strong and diverse way, which brings everyone together. Something else I think would really, really work would be a complete network shutdown. Now, this sounds scary, because having a network down for an extended period of time is never a good thing. But I've seen a lot of other servers do it, and it has turned out really, really well. Where the server goes into a maintenance period for like 5 months, depending on what you want to do. Like, this is a big network, so it could take a while. But if the server went down for a brief period of time, and then had a bunch of active developers, staff, and management actively working on it to make the server better, I think the server could really, really come back after that, to be honest. I've been a part of servers, I've helped with development, I've helped with management, and which servers that have done that. Some including EventMC and Fantasy Network. They've both done it, and they worked out really, really well. And I believe Skycade could really benefit from doing something like that, and I think it would be really, really good for them. Now, something that is quite active is the Discord server. The Discord is still quite active and has a lot of people regularly communicating in it, which is absolutely great. However, having about 30,000 members and only 1.6 thousand people online isn't really a great ratio. And usually having a somewhat consistent number of boosts also really, really helps. They used to stay above 30 boosts for when that was the old standard to have level 3. They used to stay above 30 for a great all the time until about earlier this year they went below 30 boosts. And someone called Bok came in and boosted his server. He paid some Brazilian guy to buy 30 cheap boosts for his server. And then he stole the Skycade vanity URL and then created a server called Shitcade. However, Skycade managed to, I think, contact Discord, and they managed to get the vanity URL back, which, good. Bok never should have taken it in the first place. And that was fine for a few months, but then also recently it happened again. This was when boosts went down to 14 from 30 to require level 3. And it happened again. Bok paid some Brazilian guy to get level 3. And thus, Shitcade version 2 was created. Although recently his Discord account was terminated about a month ago, and Skycade was able to regain the vanity URL, which is a good thing. Something I do want to say, something I do want to mention though, is a big thank you to Marvel, Taeon, Dwayne, and all the other admins, management, developers, all them. Thank you so much for being there, dedicating the time to this server, and just dealing with everyone's shit. It has been absolute hell. Okay, I get that. It's been tough, and personally, I'm very, very thankful for what you've done on this server. It may not be in the greatest state as what you want it, but it's better than nothing. At least you haven't shut the server down. I have said to people in the past, I think the server should shut down completely. It's not going to go anywhere. I'm going to retract that statement. I believe it can truly go somewhere and become something amazing. If they put in the absolute top of the effort, I think it could go somewhere. I think it could turn out really, really well, and I'm really, really looking forward to the future of Skycade. So overall, I hope the Skycade server improves. The IP, Discord, forums, and all that will be linked down below. So please join the server, help boost this player count, help boost this video. I would love to try and get media rank on this server and make more videos on this server. I will also leave my factions playlist link down below if you guys want to check that out. So thank you guys for watching, like and subscribe, and I shall see you all in the next video. See ya!